We have stuff all over the place, but one thing I feel like I can do by myself is put together a new rack for the bathroom, because, you know, one thing that's amazing about this apartment is there is considerably more storage than our previous place, but I would love to have a place to put all like extra towels, makeup bags, all that jazz. So I got a really narrow, what I'm hoping is narrow, because I did not measure it, but a really narrow, tall shelving unit for the bathroom. So that's my activity for today. So the name of the game this morning is to finish emptying out all of the boxes and bags because my dad has agreed to make one final journey to collect things that we don't have room for storing, but also like a lot of the boxes we don't want to get rid of because somebody will need them at some point and they're pretty good. So I need to finish clearing out and unpacking everything. Right now I'm just kind of making piles, and when we have time I'll find places for everything, but we're actually almost done. There's stuff everywhere, but most stuff is unpacked, so that is pretty good. Good morning, everyone. It's been a while. There's been a lot going on, and I haven't actually shared an update, but we're officially living in the new place, and we have been for like a week now. We have moved everything in, and we've gotten a couple of like minor new things, but we've hit a bit of a standstill with the furniture and like actually setting this place up to be a home. Things are expensive and we need to take our sweet time. Luckily, a lot of the furniture that we have actually came from my grandparents, so that's the majority of the furniture here. Actually, my dresser we found on the side of the road and it totally works. So we have the essentials, but we do still need a dining room table. We still need our couch to be delivered, a couple of rugs to make sure we're protecting the floors. There's just a lot of things, and some things that you don't think of because they're not the exciting stuff to buy, but the stuff that we still need. So I have a growing list of just random things that we need to get, but we'll have to take our time. Obviously, Black Friday is approaching, so I'm hoping that we can get a couple of things then. But I'm actually off today because we have a couple of things going on, but I am going to make our first laundry run, which is my least favorite chore ever, but it's reached a danger point and it needs to happen. So I'm gonna go see the new laundromat where we live and see how it all works. It's quarters, or if I need a card like our last place, but that's the plan. And then when I get back, I can show you all the progress, but it's not very exciting because we have, nothing is decorated. There's shit all over the floor. But I will share where we're at because I am still trying to be very excited. I need to keep the mood up because it's frustrating. So let's talk the move. The reason why I haven't shown you much is because this is all tippy. One second. We have beer coasters holding up our coffee table because the floor is kind of tippy. That should be fine. I haven't showed you too much of the process because even though we are moving, or we moved like a pretty close distance to our old place, it's been pretty chaotic. We've done a lot of trips and the mood has been pretty dire. Nobody's been in a good mood. We've all been getting very testy, myself included. I'm probably the worst of the bunch. And I have been looking forward to this move for such a long time, like honestly a year, even though there were so many great things about our old place, and really not our old actual apartment, which was very itty bitty. It's special to us because it's our first place, but it was a challenging physical apartment just because of how small it was. Like all of the little annoyances pile up, like I could never open my closet door all the way, so every time I had to get dressed, it was like a whole thing. I've been looking forward to this move for such a long time, just to have more space, but also to get out of like kind of the chaotic part of the city, which has so many great things about it. But for me, I was always overstimulated. I was always stressed, and I just never felt like settled and at home in that place, which, our current apartment now feels so much more like a home, and like we still have easy access to go to the city whenever we want, but this just feels like a deep breath. But the moving process itself has honestly sucked. And that's, I think true for most people, but I have been romanticizing the move, not like the physical moving of boxes, but like getting here and unpacking and putting everything away. And I love to organize. So I've just been looking forward to like all of those things. But the mood has been pretty shit. Just, you know, things never go the way you imagine them to. And we got here and, you know, the couch that we ordered won't be here for like another month, which is fine. We have our couch from our old place, but now in this much larger, more beautiful apartment, this now looks like a doll house couch. It's so small. And we don't have a dining room table. We don't have a couple of things that we need like functionally, but we are making it work because, like I said, we need to space out when we buy things. Not everything is urgent, even though in my mind I want it all to look like my Pinterest board that I've been designing for many, many months. But as my mom reminds me, I just need to be patient. So I think just what I imagined the move to be, it has not been that way, and I've just been getting like very flustered and overwhelmed. But we're going home for Thanksgiving in like the next day or two, and we'll have things delivered over time, and I am just trying, now that we're settled, to just like calm down a little bit. All of the stuff is unpacked, and it mostly has a place to go because there's a good amount of storage here. It's more so like the things we're missing and like those little things that you don't think about and then start to really bug you. Like we don't have this is one of the things, that we don't have a utensil organizer for the kitchen drawer. So we have like every drawer is a junk drawer, which in my mind, like it just really, really bugs me. But that's like an easy thing I can go to Target and get, and just also let things happen over time. But that's never been my strong suit. I want everything this way, as I imagined it, right away, and I just need to chill a little bit. But we are settled. It's a beautiful place. I mean, I could not be happier with the actual space and the neighborhood and all of the things that actually matter. I do want to show you the progress we've made and what things are looking like, because it does look like a home, and that's exciting. So I think I can do a brief walkthrough of where we're at, knowing that many things will change, and you know, this is our starting point. This is our base. So let's do that now. So let's start in the family room. It's looking a little bare bones, but this is the rack that we had in our old place. This is from my grandma and grandpa's house, and right now it's kind of holding a bunch of random things. I did bring out my old record player that we didn't have space for in the old place, and I want to get a cool record holder for some of those, but that will be an Etsy order down the line. And then this is our original couch. We obviously need to get a rug. Our, you know, big and better couch is coming, I think, at the end of December, and I'm super excited about that. We kind of picked it on a whim because I had a very different vision, and then we went to the store and sat on a different couch, and I was like, okay, this is the one. So I am really looking forward to that. I think that'll make the biggest difference. And then this is the room that will become the dining room. I had a vision, and I will try to put it on screen because that's really what I was imagining, and it's been like my Pinterest board for a while now. But I think to save money, we might take my Nana and my grandma and grandpa's dining table and chairs that's currently in my parents' basement, which is not like my style, but I think I need to get over that, at least for the time being. It is beautiful, it's just not my thing. But this is something that I am very happy with. So this cabinet was in my grandpa's office my whole life, and we have made it our own. So you'll see some skulls. Ooh, and that is not my contribution, but that's what we have. And then we have some very pretty things as well. We have my mom's childhood books, which is really cool. And then we have some Irish legend novels or books, and then some beautiful Jane Austen editions, a couple of sciencey books, some art books, a teacup that was my dad's grandma's, and then some Ursula Le Guin's, the beautiful editions there, a couple of things that we picked up at some like thrifty stores, some decanters, my Lord of the Rings books that are my favorite editions that I own, and then some random candles and some like nostalgic childhood bits. And then this room is the room I'm most excited about. Even though it doesn't look like much right now, this will be the library room. This is the rug from our old place, which needs a thorough washing, but what you gonna do? And then I obviously don't have my bookshelves yet. So we have some books piled here, the rest are in some boxes, but I won't have my bookshelves for a couple of months still. So now we're just making the best of it, and eventually I'll get a big comfy reading chair. And this is the room I'm most excited about. And then the bedroom is the most put together. So, you know, obviously we still need bedside tables. I'm using a little step stool, but things are away here. And you know, things are happening. I of course have my book spine with a couple of my favorites that I just really needed to display immediately. And then I don't feel like the kitchen is all that exciting, but we do have, this is our Christmas decor because that's all we really have right now. And then these are freaking adorable, a little salt and pepper shaker that we got in New Hampshire when we were thrift shopping. So this is our Christmassy corner. And then what I am most excited about is my coffee nook. So this is really my favorite corner so far. And then this is the other thing that we got in New Hampshire over the summer for my coffee grounds. So yeah, pretty exciting stuff, guys. Pretty exciting stuff. I also just want to mention the reason we have so many things for my grandma and grandpa is because when they passed away and they, you know, my mom and her siblings cleared out their home, furniture was distributed, and then a lot of it was left over that nobody needed at the time or wanted at the time. So it's been sitting in my parents' basement. Like their basement looks like a vintage furniture store, and it has for quite a few years, and they've been giving things away like as people move out or as people need them. And a lot of it was saved for when we had space for it. So that's why we had a lot in our original place that we could fit. And then now that we've moved, we have the space for it. But like the one piece that I was most excited to have was that bookcase with the glass that was my grandpa's. Because I remember that so vividly with all of his, like his history books and his like shadow boxes with a couple of really cool things. So that was the piece that I was most looking forward to taking and having in my place. So that's why we have so many things, which I'm very grateful for, because if we had to buy all of the things that were given down to us, it would have been a lot more. So this is why like we were able to start out already having things, and that's because they were, you know, given down to us. So I also think it's really cool. Like my grandma and grandpa, my grandma especially, took like very good care of their furniture and really, really like cared about it. And she didn't want anything thrown out. She wanted everyone to find use for it. And we have. So I think that's really cool. And actually the rug that's in our bedroom, the really, really big one, it's actually really beautiful. It's very plushy, and around the edge it has like some green trim, and it looks like a Celtic design. It's really cool. That was also theirs. So it's kind of awesome that we have found so much use for all of their things. And even though some things aren't my style, we are finding ways to make it work. Most things are though, like she really good taste. That's why we have so many great things to begin with, and the rest we will build over time. And hopefully a lot of things we can find on Facebook Marketplace, a lot of things we can find at thrift stores. And we do have one single item that I have been keeping my eye on in our Anthropologie cart because I'm waiting for it to drop. It's a beautiful rug, and unfortunately now that I've seen it, it's the only rug I can imagine for the family room, which, how annoying, because I can 100% find a less expensive rug, but I'm just seeing if it will drop in the next few days. So I'm keeping an eye on it, and I just keep refreshing. And it might not be realistic, and I might have to let it go, but we will see. All right, I just got back from running a few errands, made some lunch, and now I'm going to fold the laundry. I only did a third of the amount of laundry I was supposed to do, I didn't think I could carry it all and I didn't want to get overwhelmed. But it was fine. You just never know when I might get overwhelmed. So I have to proceed with caution. But I made myself a nice lunch. I'm looking forward to going back to my parents where I don't have to buy food for a couple of days. Actually, exciting adult update. I did sign up for Costco yesterday, which I have been looking forward to. Let me put the fan. Did sign up for Costco yesterday, which I have been looking forward to for a really long time. But yesterday was a Sunday, so I signed up, went right over, and it was probably, as you can imagine, a Costco is on a Sunday the week before Thanksgiving. We walked in, looked around, walked right out. So we didn't do any shopping because the lines were insane. You couldn't even walk. It was so crowded. So that was kind of a fail. But now I know I can go anytime I wish. So that's awesome. One of the shocks to the system of this new place is the plethora of appliances. We have a microwave, a dishwasher, a standard size oven. All of these things, unheard of. And even though we have the most glorious dishwasher, I'm so not used to having a dishwasher that I just wash the dishes anyway. And we actually, we only have like 3 bowls. So when those are in the dishwasher, I just wash them anyway because I don't want to run a load and it be barely full because that seems pretty wasteful. So I've just been, like, we've had a half empty dishwasher this whole time and I don't want to run it until it's full, but we only have 3 bowls. So like, do I get more bowls? Do I just wash them every time? That's my dilemma. I think we probably need more bowls, especially if we're gonna like have people over. But yeah, that is the beauty. One of the beauties of this new place. But I am just gonna sit here, fold the laundry, watch some YouTube, actually maybe watch a holiday film. We watched The Holiday the other night, getting in the spirit. I liked it. We weren't all fans, but I liked it. But yeah, I'm going to continue a couple of bits around the house and then I need to read. I haven't had too much time to read just with everything going on, but I have another book club upcoming. I have another like week and a half, but it's a bigger book this time and it is very smooth reading. Where the lighthouse, I had to tread a little bit more slowly. It was kind of hard to read and pick up on all the little details, so I had to take my time. Whereas the book we're reading now, which is Plum Done, is a smoother read and not so challenging in the prose. So that's my book for book club. And then I'm also reading Little Women because I try to read Little Women every winter around Christmas time because that's what really puts me in the Christmas spirit, and it's one of my most darling books. So that's what I've been reading. But let me just chug away with this laundry.